All right, guys, it's time to start getting ready for CBA 4. So it will be this upcoming Tuesday on February 14th. So number 1, let's take a look. Which of the following values will make the statement 3/5 x minus 19 equals negative 16 true? So you have two options. You can go ahead and solve it, draw a line, isolate our variable, or you can plug values in. So if you were to go through and try to solve it, we'd want to get rid of minus 19 first. So plus 19 plus 19. So negative 16 plus 19. Same sign or different? Different sign. So we're going to subtract. 19 minus 16 is 3. Keep the sign of the largest number. So 3/5 x equals 3. And then you would go, and we want to get x by itself. So if there's a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. So times 5/3 times 5/3. You can put a 1 here to make it easier. So another way of solving it, like I said, was to plug in values. So you could do, let's see, so we would do 3/5 x. So 3/5 times 21 minus 19. And you could do 3/5 times negative 21 minus 19. 3/5 times negative 5 minus 19. Okay, so each of these you could do as well. Also, this is how you check it and make sure that your answer is correct. All right, so again, I'm just going to be helping you guys set the problem up. So this one says, which equation best represents the relationship between x and y in the table below? So equation, we know we're going to be using the formula the equation y equals mx plus b, where m is our rate of change, right? And b is our y-intercept. All right, so our rate of change is the change in y over the change in x, and the y-intercept is the value of y when x is 0. So we don't see that here in the table. So we're going to have to find our rate of change and then use that rate of change. So first, our change in y, we always start from the bottom of the table. So 9 minus 5 is 4 over our change in x. 20 minus 12 is 8. So change in y over change in x. So the change in y was 4. The change in x was 8. I can simplify that to 1/2. So that says for every change of 1 in y, there's a change of 2 in x. So I know that my rate of change is a positive 1/2, so I can go ahead and eliminate c. The next step is that I want to, I want to find my y-intercept. So I'm going to kind of remake the table or extend the table. So I know I have a 4 and a 1 and an 8 and a 3. So my x value changes at a rate of 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. Well, that's what I want to get to, right? I want an x value of 0. So for every change of 2 in x, there's 1 change in y. So 1 minus 1 is 0, and I need another change of 1. So 0 minus 1, because this was 1 minus 1. So 0 minus 1, add the opposite, is negative 1. So now that I know that my answer is D. So that one's a little harder, so I took you all the way through that. This is probability, so we have to go back and remember probability a bit. So a bag of athletic supplies contains 12 baseballs and 8 footballs. 1 ball is chosen at random 2 times and replaced 2 times. What is the probability of choosing a baseball and then a football? All right, so the probability of a baseball is, so on the top we put what we're looking for, right? This case baseballs, so there's 12 baseballs, and on the bottom is always our total. So there's 12 baseballs 8 footballs, so there's 20 balls in the bag. And then we want to make sure we simplify, of course. So I can divide them both by 2. That's 6 over 10. Oh, can do it again. 3 over 5. But then we want the probability of football, and they replaced it. So my total does not change. So there's 8 footballs out of 20 balls. So I can simplify it down to 4 over 10. Oh, and again, 2 over 5. So if they want the probability of one thing and then another, think about it. What do? Is this a simple event or a compound event? Compound, so you need to do what with the 2 probabilities? You need to multiply them, okay? So go ahead and do that on your own. Next problem. Hadley had $131 that she received for her birthday. She can't live without a sparkly pair of heels that cost $59. She also wants to purchase dresses for $18 each. Which inequality could she use to determine how much money she can buy? Okay, so she has $131. So she can spend, she can spend $131. That's going to be my total. She can't live without the sparkly heels. So she's buying the heels, $59. And she also wants to purchase dresses for $18 each. Each is my keyword here, which means I'm going to have it with X, right? Is she buying that as well or taking it away? She's buying it as well. All right, so it comes down to our inequality sign. So think about, can she take with her and spend exactly $131? Can she spend more than $131? Can she spend less? All right, so you guys should be able to fill in your inequality sign and match it with the equation. Now, don't forget, if you have your total on the other side, you're going to have to rearrange your sign. Okay, number 5. Leanna is celebrating her 14th birthday at Main Event. She is purchasing 5 pizzas for $40 and then has to pay $10 for each friend she invites to play games. Her parents end up spending $270. Write an equation and solve for the value of X. Okay, so she's purchasing 5 pizzas for $40. $10 for each friend she invites. Okay, so 5 pizzas for $40. So is that 5 for 40 each, or is it 5 for a total of 40? All right, so they're spending a total of $40 on pizzas. So don't let that throw you off. And then $10 for each friend. So 10 each friend. X is the number of friends, it says. And they spent a total of $270. So make sure that you're solving it properly to find the right equation and answer. Okay, number 6. Ronald rolls a fair number cube, and the probability of rolling a number 5 or less is 5/6. Find the complement of this event. So it's giving us the probability. So if you guys remember, the probability and its complement are equal to 1, right? So the complement is the probability of something not happening.
Good morning, Falcons. This is Jill.
So the probability, 5/6, and the complement need to add up to 1. So we know that 1 is any number over itself, right? So I'm going to change 1 to my denominator over itself. So 5 plus what gets me to 6?